Welcome back to another video. So in this video I'll give you the full guide on how to select stocks for intraday trading or maybe even swing trading. So my name is Vikrant and welcome back to my channel, and in this channel I talk about personal finance and stock trading and investing. So a lot of people learn technical analysis through YouTube or books. They learn about MACD, RSI and other technical indicators, but they're confused on what stock they should choose when they are analyzing a stock, because there are thousands of stocks in the stock market and you can easily get confused. So this is going to be a long video. Watch it only if you have enough time, and take a journal and a pen and take notes of this video, because this will be very beneficial as a trader. Before that, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, do so by clicking on the subscribe button, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram at VikrantC2003. So let's begin. Before showing you my exact system or method of selecting stocks, I'll just give you a small criteria. So the first thing is I avoid trading in penny stocks. Now some people make good profits trading in penny stocks, but I personally don't like penny stocks. This is an example of a penny stock. You can see right here that this is Vodafone Idea, a stock priced at 10 rupees and 80 paise. So you can see that the candles are pretty ugly in the stock, and you can't really do proper technical analysis because the stock does not move much. It just consolidates a lot, and penny stocks can be manipulated easily if they don't have enough trading volume. So that's why I avoid trading in penny stocks, and I don't think you should trade in penny stocks either. So another example is Suzlon Energy, a very famous penny stock in India, 6 rupees and 40 paise, and the stock's chart looks something like this. The next criteria is the volume of the stock should be above 500,000. The main reason is because if you're trading in stocks with volume below 100,000 or something like that, the stock can be manipulated. You may not have enough liquidity to get in and get out at whatever price you want. So this is something you need to focus on. Luckily, most blue chip stocks have volumes of over 250 or 500,000 depending on the price of the stock. The third criteria is that the stock should be volatile. It should have a high beta, but it shouldn't be too volatile. Now, what do I mean by volatility? So volatility simply means how much a stock can move. Like when I show you chart of Reliance Industries, you can see that the stock is pretty volatile. It has good movement along with good volumes. But if I show you the chart of a company like Power Grid, this stock is really flat. It does not give a lot of good moves. Most of the time it just consolidates. So this is not a very volatile stock. So you need to avoid stocks like this, because in intraday trading volatility makes money, because unless the stock moves, you don't make money unless you are like an option writer or something. The next criteria is stick with only mid-cap stocks or the stocks that are listed in futures and options. And the final criteria is that it should not be a news-driven stock. Now, unless you are a trader that trades based on news and expectations, I would avoid such stocks. Because now the reason why I don't trade in news-based stocks is because technical analysis does not work well when the stock is in the news. Now, before talking about my method, that is the fixed watch list system, I'll talk about a few methods in brief. So before talking about my method, I'll talk about a few different methods in brief, so that even if you don't like my method, you can use some other method for stock selection. The first one is trading only in indices. So I know dozens of people who trade only in Nifty and Bank Nifty. That's all they trade in, and they make really good profits. Now, index trading can be profitable. There are several pros in index trading, but if you're a beginner, I would stick to stocks specifically, then go in indices. The next method is using stock screeners or queries. Now, a stock screener is very useful if you have to shortlist maybe 10-15 stocks out of thousands of stocks. I personally use stock screeners for long-term investing and not for day trading. But for day trading, you can select a query based on various criteria or parameters. Like, let's say that you want a stock that is priced above 200 rupees. You want a stock that has high delivery volume or high delivery percentage. You also want the volume of the stock to be increasing along with the price. So if you fill in these parameters, you'll be shown a list of stocks which fit the settings that you had typed. So you can use stock screeners for finding various stocks. Now ChartLink is a website that is really famous for stock screeners. The next method for stock selection is NR4 or NR7. Now narrow range 4 or narrow range 7 is the concept used when you're trading breakouts. This is a pretty deep concept, so that I'll make a separate video on this one. The next method is using most active stocks or the stocks that are in news. Now unless you're a news trader, avoid the stocks in news, but a lot of times the most active stocks can also be a good method to select stocks. The fifth one is actually pretty common and a lot of beginners use it. It's selecting a stock based on the top gainers and top losers. Like if you simply go to Google and just search top gainers and top losers, you'll get a list of top 5 or 10 gainers of the day and top 5 or 10 losers of the day, so you can trade accordingly. The sixth method is finding gaps. Now a lot of people love trading gaps, gap ups or gap downs. I'm personally not a big fan of such trading, but you can trade based on gaps as well. The seventh method is using Telegram channels. Now I don't mean getting calls from different various Telegram channels. Like a lot of people give you calls that don't work, and I don't think that calls in trading work. But there are a lot of good Telegram channels that share good news about certain stocks, or that they tell you that, you know, keep an eye on this stock. They won't give you target and stop loss levels, but they'll tell you to keep an eye on these particular stocks. So you can get trading ideas from different Telegram channels, WhatsApp groups, you know, Discord, Reddit, or anything. And finally we have my method, which is called the fixed watchlist system. Now you may not have heard of it, but it's a pretty easy setup or a system. Instead of just telling you what it is, I'll practically build a watch list from scratch so that you'll have a more hands-on experience of how to trade. So I've gone on my TradingView account, and I'll just turn off the auto saves. Okay, now I'll just remove every single item on my list. Okay, so now our watch list is empty. So how this works is that, first of all, you need to add the index of your country. Like I live in India, so Nifty 50 is the major index that I follow. So first of all, select the index of your country. Now if you live in France or Germany, you could use CAC or DAX. If you live in the United States, you could use SPY or Dow Jones Industrial Average or something like that. The next one is Bank Nifty. Now Bank Nifty is also a very popular index in India. So once you add Nifty and Bank Nifty, what you have to do is just highlight that, or just highlight those two. Next we'll add India VIX. So what India VIX is that it's a volatility index. Like it shows you how volatile things are. Now you can't really do technical analysis on India VIX, but I'll show you a cool thing. So here's the cool thing. Like whenever the India VIX falls or goes down in value, the stock market usually goes up. Like here you can see that India VIX is going down while the market rises, and whenever the India VIX goes up, the stock market falls. Here again you can see that India VIX is going down while the market is going up, and while the India VIX is going up, the market goes down. So now this is not 100% guaranteed method, but this is something you need to look at. Like whenever India VIX is high, there's a speculation that the market could go down. Now the major index I follow is Nifty 50. So the first thing I'll do is I've downloaded the fact sheet of Nifty. I have downloaded it from the official website, and this is dated November 27, 2020. So here are a few things about Nifty, like what is the beta of Nifty, the standard deviation, the P ratio, and other things. Now what interests us is this part, sectorial or sector representation. These are the various sectors that are combined in Nifty. So you can see that financial services, that is banking and NBFC, these carry almost 40% weightage in Nifty. And you can also see that Reliance Industries, one of the biggest companies in India, carries 11% weightage. So if you just follow financial services and Reliance Industries, if you just follow these two things, you have already accounted for 50% of Nifty's weightage. Now IT or information technology carries almost 15.75% weightage in Nifty. Oil and gas, that is Reliance is into oil and gas, so this carries almost 13% weightage. Consumer goods, FMCG, ITC, Marico, these carry about 11.16% weightage. And then there is automobile, pharma, metals, and these industries like fertilizers and pesticide services, power, telecom, these carry a very small weightage in Nifty. So why am I telling you all these things? Like, why do you need to know these things? So when we are building a watch list, we're just going to use the top 5 or 6 industries, and we're going to select stocks based on those industries. Now here are the top companies in Nifty 50 by weightage. So these are the top 10 companies by weightage. So if you just add all the percentages, then you get a grand total of 62%. So this is to say that only 10 companies out of the 50 companies carry 62% weightage. So if the market goes up, it's not because all the companies are up, it's because the majority, the companies holding most of the weight are going up. So here's a list of all those same companies. They carry 62% weightage. So these companies are required in our watch list. So these are must-haves. So the next thing you need to do is list out the top 6 sectors of the stock market, like we had gone through that. And the 7th one is other sectors. So the first one is financial services. What companies are included in financial services? So just like Nifty, there is an index called Nifty Bank or Bank Nifty, and here's basic information about that. Like beta is 1.27 compared to Nifty's 1, standard deviation, correlation, P ratio, other things. So here are the companies in Bank Nifty. So just like we saw in Nifty, there are companies in Bank Nifty that carry a lot of weightage. So HDFC Bank, ICICI, Kotak Mahindra, Axis, State Bank of India, IndusInd Bank. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these 6 stocks will be in our watch list. Out of the financial services, I have added these 6 stocks. From the IT sector, there are 3 stocks that I have added. The first one is Wipro, Infosys, and TCS. From oil and gas, I have added Reliance Industries and GAIL. From pharma sector, there's Lupin, Glenmark, Cipla, Sun Pharma. From the auto sector, there's Tata Motors, Mahindra & Mahindra, and TVS Motors. From fast-moving consumer goods or FMCG sector, we have ITC, Marico, and Hindustan Unilever. And from other sectors, we have Z Entertainment, JSW Steel, Tata Steel, Hindalco, Bharti Airtel. So these are 23 or 24 stocks that will be in our watch list. The next thing I'll do is add those stocks. So let's say the first stock is HDFC Bank. So we have added HDFC Bank, and similarly I'm going to add all the stocks in the list. Okay, so now I've added all these stocks in my watch list. Now I'm going to add indices, like we had seen in the PPT before. Like these are the few indices that I have to add on my chart. Added Nifty, Bank Nifty, India VIX. These are the sectors of the Indian economy, and these are the stocks. So what I'm going to do is one by one I'm going to look at the charts of every single stock. So let's say that we have Infosys Limited. Now I will just draw a few support and resistance points or zones in this stock, and you can see that there's a clear breakout on the stock with high volume, so we are going to put a flag on the stock and we are going to move it up the list. Now if we are trading in a stock like SBI or State Bank of India, the stock is going sideways, there's not a lot of opportunities in the stock, so we're going to leave it as it is. The next one is Reliance. So I'd taken a trade in this stock. I had seen like a triangle pattern being formed, and then there was a breakdown with slightly high volume, so I'd taken this stock into my watch list. So I'd put a flag on that stock and add it. Then I had Z Entertainment in my watch list. There was like a breakout in the stock with high volume, so I taken this stock in my watch list, and then I would put a flag on this stock and move it up into my watch list. So after you have analyzed all these stocks, you just find support and resistance zones, demand and supply, different trend lines, triangle patterns, double top, double bottoms, and other technical parameters that you use while analyzing a stock. So once you have done that and you found out trading opportunities in any of the stocks, just put a flag on that and add it into your watch list, and just monitor these stocks and find trading opportunities in them. Now this is what I do. This is literally what I do. Like, out of these 25 to 30 stocks, I find a trading opportunity, a good opportunity in at least 5 of the stocks, in at least 4 to 5 stocks every single day. So this way I don't overwhelm myself with 100 different stocks that I have to track. 25 is like the most I can track. You can go for 30 maximum. Anything above 30, it gets really cluttered and difficult to manage. And don't go with like just 10 or 12 stocks, because if you have only 10 or 12 stocks, then it gets a bit small, that you won't find enough trading opportunities in all these stocks. Okay, so now that you know what the fixed watch list system is, you might have certain questions like, does it really work? Like, if I only have 25 to 30 stocks in my watch list, can I really trade based on those stocks? So to answer that question, I'll be showing you my trades that I had taken today and the watch list that I had prepared for today. So today is Thursday, the expiry day, and based on my analysis, the market would not move much. That is 0.3% up or down. That was my expectations about the market. And so far the market has been trading in the range, and there might be a breakout here, but we don't know that for certain. So like I told you before, whichever stocks you select for your watch list, just put a flag on them. So these were the stocks that I had selected for trading today. So the first one is Z Entertainment. So I had found a long opportunity in this stock. So this was like a breakout for me. It was not a very strong buy signal for me, so I did not take an opportunity in this one, and this could have been profitable, but I did not take this trade. The next one is Tata Steel. I taken a trade in this stock around here. So there's like a triangle pattern around here. You can see a breakout with high volume, and the price goes above the 20 SMA, and soon it goes over the VWAP. So my initial stop loss was around here. Then I had trailed it above here, and the risk reward ratio was 4. Now my initial target was just up till here, but since the stock was in such a good momentum, I'd taken the risk reward ratio of about 4, and then the stock also did go a little bit over that, but I'd exited my position right around here at this candle. The next one is Reliance. So I had found a shorting opportunity in this stock. So right around here you can see that, let me just remove the VWAP and the EMA. So right around here you can see that there was a triangle pattern in the stock, and then there was a breakdown with slightly high volume. So I'd taken a short trade on this stock right around this candle, and my stop loss was around here, and the target was at this point, because you can see that this can be a strong support zone for the stock. So the stock did go a bit below that, but it took support right around here, and then it has gone back up. So this was a good trade for me, and these were the only 2 trades I'd taken today. The next one was Lupin. So I'd found an opportunity in this stock, and I did not take a trade because the stock is still forming. Like you can see like a triangle pattern in the stock, and then you can also see a possible breakdown of the stock with slightly high volume, but since I'm done for the day, I wouldn't trade in this stock. The next stock I had shortlisted was Adani Ports, and there's like a triangle pattern that's being formed in the stock, and it has not been completed yet, so I did not take a trade in this one. The next one was PVR, and I did not take a trade in this one because I'd found a similar pattern in Tata Steel, which was more comfortable for me, so I did not take a trade in this one. But this was also profitable. Like there's a triangle pattern, then there was a breakout with high volume. The price was above the VWAP and the 20 SMA, and for a little while the trade would have gone in the negative, but it took support right around the 20 SMA, and it hit the target. The next stock I selected was Tata Motors. Just a second. Yeah, so this would have been a loss-making trade for us. There's a triangle pattern again here, and I did not take a trade in this stock because even though there is like a breakout in the stock, the VWAP and the SMA aren't synced, because the right entry would have been about the VWAP. That would have been a better entry, but if I'd taken that entry, then my risk reward ratio would have been pretty bad. So this would have been a negative or a loss making trade, but luckily I did not take this trade. And finally we have JSW Steel, and this was also a pretty good trade for us. So my entry signal was right around here at this candle, high volume sort of breakout thing, and then my target was around at this point, because the stock consolidated a bit around this point and gave another breakout with a lot higher volume. So I did not take a trade in this one because 2 trades is what I had planned for the day, and all these breakouts were happening at the same time, so I had selected only 2 trades, and luckily both of the trades were profitable. Now I don't get a profit every single day, obviously. Like this week was pretty good for me. I had made a profit on 3 days out of the 4 days that I traded this week, but last week was not that good for me because I had I think 2 loss making trades last week. So the whole point of this thing is that even though I only have a few stocks in my watch list, like these all are indices, these are indices, this is India VIX, I still found plenty of trading opportunities in these stocks, even though the market was not that bullish or kind of flat. So this was it, guys. This is my fixed watch list system that I personally use when I trade in the stock market. So now sometimes you may not find a good opportunity in any of the stocks. During those days you can use another method of selecting stocks. Like I've given you a few methods here, so you can just select whichever one you want, but 90 to 95% of the times you will definitely find at least 2 to 3 trading opportunities in these stocks. So all you have to do is you need to know how to analyze the stock. You need to have a good strategy. You could use price action trading, or you can also use indicators or something. But if you know how to analyze the stock and find trading opportunities, just select the top 25-30 stocks in different sectors. Like don't go all in on a single sector. Like use various different sectors, at least 5 sectors of the economy, above 20 stocks, below 30 stocks. Once you have all these things, you're golden. You can trade in any stock, whichever one you want. I hope you learned something from this video, and this was actually a pretty basic video, but I thought that this was needed to be covered. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I want to hit 2,000 subscribers before let's say February. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. If you have any doubts, questions, thoughts, comments, comment below, or just DM me on Instagram and I'll respond to that comment. So thank you for watching. See you next time. Till that time, take care. Bye bye.